Shots with Nishant Krishna. This is going to be my first vlog. Time is about 5:15 a.m. and I am in Chennai. We are going for a short 3 to 4 day trip. Firstly to the Queen of Hills, Kodaikanal. Kodaikanal is one of the major hill stations in Tamil Nadu, and I think there are a lot of scenic visuals that I would want to show you. So this is going to be my first travelogue. I'm sure that you will enjoy this. If you haven't explored my channel, please do check out my other videos. I create interesting travel info videos. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and so that you are also notified on my forthcoming videos. I hope you will enjoy this. 5:15, the sun is yet to rise, so I'm sure there is a very enjoyable and adventurous trip ahead of us. Thank you.
The sun is just about to rise and nothing can beat my excitement to explore the hills. With such huge excitement, we started our journey. I can't wait to show you those mesmerizing visuals that is in store for you.
About 6:15 and we have reached Vandalur. So this is the Grand Southern Trunk Road which connects Chennai to the south of Tamil Nadu. We started early so that we could beat the traffic, and hopefully we have a comfortable and less traffic journey from here on.
We then crossed SRM, a very famous and a renowned college down south. I could really appreciate the usage of FASTag this time. During these uncertain times, we had a complete contactless experience everywhere. All tolls on the way were FASTag enabled, and we had a really quick and hassle-free checkout. The National Highway has a lot of restaurants and takeaways on either side of the road. You can easily choose one based on your taste and cuisine. You have a lot of kiosks and coffee shops for a quick grab too. We were just trying to find a good spot to have our breakfast as time was around 8 am and we were feeling really hungry.
So time is about 8:15 and we are just taking our first stop for breakfast. It's been 2.5 hours since we left Chennai, and things have been pretty normal. The roads are quite full. We can find a lot of vehicles going on. Restaurants are also open, so you will find a lot of options when you start from Chennai. Thought of carrying our breakfast, so we thought we'll skip at least one meal just to be safe. So just about 10 to 15 minutes break over here and then we should start. The next hub will be Trichy, which is about 2 hours away. So that will be our next break probably. So while I was just having my breakfast, I just thought, because we live in a city and we don't really get a chance to see all these places. So I just found a very beautiful agricultural land over here. Quite a paddy field kind of a thing, and I thought I will show it to you. So give me a moment while I show this. Just as beautiful and serene, a small village, a small hamlet I would say, and you have such lush green agriculture and paddy fields around. You will find much more beautiful places as we go down, but I thought while I stopped for breakfast, why not just show this place to you guys. Lush green, beautiful and serene. Yeah, so we just finished our breakfast. We'll start our journey towards Trichy, and I think we'll have our next logical break sometime very soon.
And the journey starts.
Time is just about 10:15 and I'm just nearing Trichy. Trichy is one of the major hub in Tamil Nadu. There's a lot of connectivity to south of Tamil Nadu from Trichy. The entire belt of Trichy, Tanjore is famous for a lot of temples and UNESCO heritages. If you browse a bit more about Trichy, you will understand there are a lot of famous temples, like one in Srirangam. You have a Rockfort temple in Trichy. So it's basically a cultural hub. We're just nearing Trichy. It's about 10 minutes away, and we'll continue our journey from there.
Historically, Tiruchirappalli or Trichy was commonly referred to in English as Trichinopoly. The presence of a large number of energy equipment manufacturing units in and around the city has earned it the title of Energy Equipment and Fabrication Capital of India. Tiruchirappalli is internationally known for a brand of cheroot which was exported in large quantities to the United Kingdom during the 19th century. Considered one of the symbols of Trichy, the Rockfort is a fortress which stands atop a 273-foot high rock. The Rockfort is visible from almost every part of the city's north. Our journey then proceeded towards Dindigul, which is another major town in Tamil Nadu.
So on the way, as you go to Dindigul, there is a very small town called as Manappare, and all you food lovers must know this. So there is a very unique thing about this place. So in Manappare, you get something called as murukku. So if you guys haven't seen that before, it's made of rice flour, something very crispy, very good to munch. So I'll probably show you how does it look like, and I think the next time when you go around this place, you must taste this particular murukku near Manappare. So remember that, okay? When you come to this town, you will find a lot of vans like this which sell this kind of murukku. You will find a lot of vans like this when you cross this town. So if you find one such van over here, please stop and buy this murukku. I am sure you're going to love this a lot.
We then continued our journey towards Dindigul. Dindigul is a famous city of Tamil Nadu. It is famous for processing factories of tannery, textile and many more. The city is well developed with good infrastructure and other facilities. The city is also famous for its mouth-watering biryani among other South Indian dishes. After crossing Dindigul, as the hills were starting to welcome us, we decided to have lunch at a very special place.
So guys, we just stopped here for lunch. There's a place called Eden Garden, which is normally our pit stop for lunch. So the ascent to Kodaikanal will start in another 10 to 15 minutes. So it's just at the foothills, and I'll tell you the reason why we always choose this place, right? So I'll show you something, and then it's a visual treat for yourself. So this is exactly what you find right in front of this restaurant. So this is a place called Eden Garden, right at the foothills of Kodaikanal, and this is the scenic beauty that you see right in front of it. So I'll finish off my lunch quickly. Meanwhile, I have some stunning visuals that I want to show you. Just look at that, and in the meanwhile, I'll finish my lunch and come back.
We normally take a pit stop for lunch or any meal at Eden Garden. It's a very clean and a hygienic multi-cuisine restaurant. They offer Chettinad, South Indian, North Indian and Chinese cuisine. It also has ample car parking space. I would definitely recommend this hotel. And then our journey towards Kodaikanal continued. The ascent was just 10 minutes away. There was one checkpoint for e-pass. I'll share the details later in this video.
And our ascent starts from here.
Kodaikanal is a 50-kilometer or 2-hour journey from the foothills. It was a mesmerizing view after all those traffic and heat. The upper reaches of this road pass through some dense hilly forests. You might spot some small natural streams and waterfall amidst the forest. You can get the fragrance of wet and damp earth and get the feeling of humid and fresh atmosphere as you drive through. At times, you will find fruit sellers in particular on the side of the road. It's a journey worth a lifetime. The roads were very well maintained and it was a breeze driving on them. It is always advisable to be a bit careful on the hairpin curves. Overall, it was a pretty good experience and you have signboards everywhere. The climate was pleasant and the air fresh. Kodaikanal, when translated into Tamil, also means a place to view in summer, away from the horrid weather of the cities. Best months to visit are April to June or September to October, though this hill station remains pleasant all throughout the year. The temperatures range from 11 degrees to 20 degrees in summer and 8 degrees to 17 degrees in winter. Rain can visit you unannounced. And that was the first glimpse of the mist in Kodai. And with that, we were just reaching the entry point to Kodai, where another round of checking was done for the e-pass. Now, to throw some light on the entire process, you are required to have a tourist e-pass until and unless you are from Dindigul district or travelling by a government bus. Only these two conditions do not require an e-pass. You can apply for an e-pass from TN e-pass portal. I observed this trend that it is normally tough to get your e-pass approved during the weekend. It's relatively easier to get it approved during the weekdays. So at the entry point, they just validated to see if you're carrying a legitimate e-pass and then we were allowed entry. But remember that going to Kodaikanal without an e-pass is almost impossible. There were some strict checks done right at the foothill and then again at the city entry. As we entered Kodai, the freshness welcomed us. It was quite chilly and pleasant. We were mesmerized by its beauty. This was the view of the city from the place where I stayed. Beautiful, isn't it?
Hey friends, so it's 4:30 and here I am in Kodai. So it's been about nearly about 8 hours of journey from Chennai and it's very comfortable. So it's quite chill here. There's a lot of difference in the climate between Chennai and Kodai. So guys, as I said before, this is going to be a complete travelogue. You should be at least seeing 3 to 4 episodes of me spending my time over here. I'll share all the places and all the memories that I have over here. So as I said before, in case you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and also hit the bell icon to be notified on the following videos. I hope you're having a great day. I'll also have a great day as well, a very chilly day. So till the next video, signing off, Nishant.